Welcome to a short podcast on Meanjin and Quandamooka.
What if the city you think of as all concrete and steel is actually a living, breathing part of a vast natural and cultural landscape?
Really? I always thought of cities as just, buildings and traffic. Not exactly alive.
Yeah, it's surprising, right? But understanding this changes how we see urban spaces, not just as places to live and work, but as places deeply connected to nature and history. It shapes how we feel about where we belong, and even our well-being.
So you're saying there's more to a city like Brisbane than just the usual hustle and bustle?
Exactly. By the end of this episode, you'll see Brisbane and Moreton Bay not just as a city and coastline, but as a vibrant tapestry of nature, culture, and history, woven together through poetry.
I love that idea. So where do we start?
Let's start with the river. Brisbane is built around the winding Brisbane River, which the local indigenous people call Maiwar. It flows east into Moreton Bay, a huge protected marine park. Imagine skyscrapers standing right next to mangroves and dolphins swimming nearby.
That's such a cool image. A city and nature side by side. And Maiwar, that's an indigenous name, right?
Yes, and it's just one of several. Brisbane itself is called Meanjin, and Moreton Bay is Quandamooka. These names connect the land and sea to the Quandamooka people, the traditional custodians. They remind us that this place has a deep history that's still alive today.
I think that's so important, respecting those connections. And I heard there's a surprising cultural story tied to this area?
Right, Redcliffe, a seaside town in the region, is actually the birthplace of the Bee Gees. The poem about the brothers Gibb tells how the three brothers started their musical journey there, linking local history to global pop culture. Now, statues on Bee Gees Way honor that legacy.
Wow, I had no idea. So this poetry collection isn't just about nature. It's about people and stories too.
Exactly. And speaking of nature, Moreton Bay is home to amazing wildlife, dolphins, turtles, and dugongs. The poem about dugongs paints a beautiful picture of these gentle sea cows grazing underwater meadows of seagrass. It's a peaceful world beneath the waves, contrasting with the city's energy.
That's such a lovely symbol. The dugong as this quiet, graceful presence beneath the surface. It really shows how connected everything is.
And that's what Martin Stern's poetry does. It bridges the city, nature, and culture. His background in aged care and design brings empathy and vivid imagery, making these poems feel authentic and deeply human.
So seeing Brisbane and Moreton Bay through this poetic lens helps us appreciate the layers of place, urban, natural, and cultural, all intertwined.
Exactly. It reminds us that cities aren't separate from nature or history. They're part of ongoing stories that include indigenous heritage and environmental care.
And maybe, through poetry, we can feel a little closer to those stories and to the places we live and visit.
Yeah, it's a gentle invitation to care more deeply about our world.